Okay, for those of you who think this is kind of confusing, when I post a really emotional video and I feel like I'm not doing very well, and then I post these other videos where it seems like I'm doing well and I have more in me, more strength, more courage, more light, whatever. I just kind of want to explain what goes on in my head. What it feels like to me is that I go through these cycles of overwhelmment, cycles of anger, cycles of sadness and depression that almost seems unbearable. I am glad that it cycles now, because in the past it used to be 24/7 all of the time. And so what I've noticed is that these cycles have gotten further spaced out for the most part. I did go back into having it all the time, and then closer cycles when I had more traumatic experiences with CPS and my husband, and some of the medicines that have brought out some of the feelings that were suppressed went through these cycles again. And then, it became a weekly occurrence for a while, where I was going through 3 days usually a week that were pretty bad, usually over the weekend. It was kind of like I could pull myself together for the week and do what I needed to do, and then everything fell apart for the weekend and usually the holidays. But I have seen some spacing out and some lessening of those cycles. When I'm in them, I do feel like I want to die. I don't feel like I have very much hope. And I remind myself that I don't always feel that way. On the times that I am not down in that rut of depression, I have a little bit more hope. I don't yet have a complete joy for living, but I can be grateful. I see the progress that I have made in my life. I can recognize things like the fact that I have done all of this trauma without drugs, without alcohol, aside from the foster kids that we lost, the one that was adopted and the one that we were about to adopt. I was able to keep my family intact. And I know that I have done this because of my faith, because of Jesus Christ, because of my covenants with him. But yes, sometimes I get triggered, multiple times usually, and I get really, really, really sad when I am not receiving the love that I need, the physical touch that I need, the intimacy with my husband that I need, the validation, or maybe I'm really overstimulated with trying to help everybody else feel better, and I haven't been taking care of myself as well as I need to. Whatever the reason, I go into these, and during those times I am not doing well. And so I just kind of want to be clear with that, so that you can understand why sometimes it looks one way or the other. And I really wanted to be upfront with you about what it looks like, about what the PTSD looks like, what some of these dark times of hopelessness look like, so that you know that as you keep working on things, there is an upturn, there is an out of it, so that you can maybe see that little bit of light that I see that helps me to keep going and to make these videos and to reach out to you guys. And I really, really, really hope that this is reaching someone out there, and that you're able to know that you're loved and that you're not alone, and that you can do this, that there's hope